So now moving on to number 17, effects of mycorrhizal fungi on 3 plant species. So the plant species given are corn, marigold and broccoli. Mycorrhizal fungi in soil benefits many plants, substantially increasing the mass of some. A student conducted an experiment to illustrate this effect. The student chose 3 plant species for the experiment, including 2 that are mycorrhizal hosts, that is species known to benefit from mycorrhizal fungi, and 1 non-mycorrhizal species, a species that doesn't benefit from and may even be harmed by mycorrhizal fungi. The student then grew several plants from each species, both in soil containing mycorrhizal fungi and in soil that had been treated to kill mycorrhizal and other fungi. After several weeks, the student measured the plant's average mass and was surprised. He was surprised after the discovery or something. He was surprised to discover that blank. Which choice most effectively uses data from the table to complete the statement? Would he be surprised if choice A says, broccoli grown in soil containing mycorrhizal fungi had a slightly higher average mass than broccoli grown in soil that had been treated to kill fungi. B. Corn grown in soil containing mycorrhizal fungi had a higher average mass than broccoli grown in soil containing mycorrhizal fungi. And C is talking about marigolds. Marigolds grown in soil containing mycorrhizal fungi had a much higher average mass than marigolds grown in soil that had been treated to kill fungi. Or D says corn had the highest average mass of all the 3 species grown in soil that had been treated to kill fungi, while marigolds had the lowest. So what would surprise him? So first of all, mycorrhizal fungi benefits plants, it says, and the student has conducted an experiment to illustrate this effect. So that means that if corn and marigold, they are actually mycorrhizal hosts, and the mass, as you can see, when the soil has mycorrhizal fungi, corn is 15.1 grams, marigold is 10.2 grams, and when the soil has been treated to kill fungi, corn has lowered its weight 3.8 grams and marigold has also lowered its weight. But then that was expected. The student chose 3 plant species, 2 that are mycorrhizal hosts, that is, these species are known to benefit from mycorrhizal fungi. So it is expected that if mycorrhizal is not there, they will have less mass, and if mycorrhizal is there, they will have more mass. So that is an expected thing. And there is another species, mycorrhizal host, broccoli is not. And what about its weight? Average mass of the plant grown in mycorrhizal fungi, when mycorrhizal is there, it is 7.5, and mycorrhizal fungi is not there, then also it's almost the same. So I think he would be surprised by something related to broccoli. Okay, so A says broccoli grown in soil containing mycorrhizal fungi had a slightly higher average mass than broccoli grown in soil that had been treated to kill fungi. A is the best answer because it most effectively uses the data from the table to complete the statement. The text explains that mycorrhizal hosts are plants that benefit from the presence of mycorrhizal fungi in the soil, and some such plants produce more mass when grown in the presence of fungi, while for non-mycorrhizal species, the fungi either has no effect or may be harmful. So the broccoli's weight should have decreased drastically, but it's almost remaining the same, as you can see. Okay, so produce more mass when grown in the presence of these fungi, while for non-mycorrhizal species, the fungi either will have no effect or may be harmful. So the experiment included 2 mycorrhizal hosts, corn and marigold, and 1 non-mycorrhizal host, which is broccoli. So given the claim in the text that non-mycorrhizal species will see either no difference or decrease in mass when exposed to mycorrhizal fungi, the student would likely have been surprised by the higher average mass for broccoli grown in the presence of fungi that the broccoli grown in the soil treated to kill fungi. So B says corn grown in soil containing mycorrhizal fungi had a higher average than broccoli grown in soil, this one. So B is incorrect. This choice, it does accurately describe the corn data from the table, that corn had a higher average mass than in the presence of fungi, but it actually fits with what the student expected. It will not be surprising. And choice C is also incorrect. Again, this marigold grown in soil containing mycorrhizal fungi had a much higher average mass than marigolds grown in soil that had been treated to kill fungi. So as you can see, this choice also again accurately describes the marigold data from the table. The fact that the mycorrhizal host marigold is more massive in the presence of fungi is likely what the student expected. So again, that's not surprising. So what about D? D is incorrect because it does not accurately represent. Here it says corn had the highest average mass of all the three species grown in the soil that had been treated to kill fungi. Is that correct? Corn had the highest mass? No. Broccoli had the highest mass in the three species grown in the soil that had been treated to kill fungi, while marigold had the lowest. It is actually broccoli which has the highest mass and marigold has the lowest, but you can see that it is inaccurate. So D is incorrect because it does not accurately represent the data in the table. When grown in soil treated to kill fungi, corn had an average mass of 3.8 grams, while broccoli had an average mass of 7 grams. And because making comparison among the plants in the non-fungi condition by itself does not provide a basis to compare the average mass of mycorrhizal hosts and non-mycorrhizal species grown in the presence of the fungi with those grown in the soil treated to kill fungi. So this is what it is. He would be surprised because of mostly the broccoli having not much difference between soil with fungi and without fungi. That will be the surprising thing for him. So A is the best answer here.